Hello, in this video series we have been exploring practical mindfulness tools that you can use in everyday life. This is episode 7, Compassion as Medicine, Healing Through Loving Awareness. The theme is using compassion as a bridge between the heart, the mind, and the nervous system. Today we explore a simple truth that is profoundly transformative. Compassion heals. Not just spiritually or emotionally, but biologically. When we bring warmth and kindness to our inner experience, when we let our inner compass, the heart-centered essence inside us, witness our pain, we activate systems in the brain and body that literally help us recover, integrate, and come back to balance. Neuroscience shows that contemplative practices and compassionate attention are associated with structural and functional changes in brain regions involved in emotion regulation, self-awareness, and perspective taking. Participation in mindfulness training has been linked to changes in gray matter areas, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, regions that support learning, memory, and the regulation of emotion. Attention to breath and kind awareness also modulates the amygdala reactivity, which is our brain's alarm system, and strengthens prefrontal integration, which is the neural circuitry that helps us step out of automatic reactivity and choose compassion instead. In other words, when we practice compassionate witnessing, we're helping our brain to shift from alarm mode to care and reflect mode. Biologically, compassion and caregiving states are linked to the release of modulation of hormones and neuropeptides, oxytocin being the most frequently studied. That supports bonding, trust, and feelings of safety. Oxytocin research points to its role in social connection and in reducing fear responses, which helps explain why acts of kindness and compassionate attention feel grounding and restorative. From a psychological and spiritual perspective, compassion trains you to bring warmth rather than analysis to the inner experience. Instead of immediately judging or trying to fix yourself, you learn to hold your present moment with tenderness. This practice creates safety for your protective parts, like the inner critic and the inner child, allowing them to soften and integrate rather than react and fragment. When spirituality, the heart's wisdom, psychology, understanding parts and attachment, and neuroscience, how the brain and body change with practice, meet, you get a powerful, evidence-informed path. Compassion becomes medicine for the nervous system and a direct route back to your inner compass. Let's put this into action with a guided practice. This practice is called breathing kindness into your own heart. I invite you to begin by settling in and arriving. Perhaps finding a comfortable place to sit with an upright posture. I invite you to either close your eyes if that feels safe, or find a gentle place to gaze that is neutral. I invite you to begin by bringing awareness to your breath. At first, I invite you just to observe how your body is currently breathing and accept its state with some affection and love for how it has learned to keep you safe. Then invite your breath and your body to take 3 slow, intentional breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth, perhaps inviting your shoulders to soften. Next, I invite you to place a hand on your heart. I invite you to feel the warmth and the rhythm beneath your palm. This is your inner compass, steady, present, and always available. It is the aspect of you that is wise, compassionate, and always has your highest good in mind. Now I invite you to bring in some rhythmic, compassionate breathing. I invite you to inhale for a count of 4. Imagining as you inhale that you are breathing in kindness and ease. After the inhalation, I invite you to pause briefly. And then I invite you to exhale for a count of 6, imagining you are releasing tension and self-judgment. I invite you to repeat this cycle for at least 6 to 8 times. The longer exhale supports the parasympathetic activation and vagal tone, which helps the body rest and relax. Next, we're going to breathe in some kindness into your parts. So as you continue to breathe in this pattern, I invite you to bring your mind to a part of you that is struggling, perhaps thinking of your inner child or your inner critic, or perhaps noticing if there's a place of discomfort or tightness in your body. Focus on that area or sensation. With each inhale, I invite you to imagine warmth entering that part. With each exhale, I invite you to imagine that you are soothing that part, perhaps saying inwardly or aloud, "May you be held, may you be safe." I invite you to rest in this heart-centered space, staying with this breathing cycle, offering yourself this love and compassion. If you feel that you have need for a longer time with this part of yourself, sitting in contemplation and love, then pause the video here. If you feel ready to continue, allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. Stay for a few moments, feeling the presence of your heart, your inner compass, and begin to notice if there are any subtle shifts in your body, mood, or thoughts. As I have been guiding you in past videos, after a mindfulness practice, it helps to integrate the experience by reflecting on some questions. So I invite you here to grab your journal or some art supplies, or begin to feel the presence of movement or song in your body and contemplate these questions, perhaps pausing after each one. How did your body respond to breathing with compassionate intention? Which part of you felt most soothed by this practice? The critic, the child, or something else? In what ways might bringing warmth rather than analysis change how you approach mistakes or pain? So why does this work? Well, compassionate attention signals safety to the nervous system. By intentionally cultivating warmth towards yourself, you are engaging brain circuits that calm alarms, support social connection chemistry, and invite presence. Over time, this rewires habitual self-criticism into self-care. And the clearer your inner compass becomes, the more you can trust it to guide you. So return to this practice time and time again. Research suggests that as little as 2 weeks of doing a practice such as this will help develop a new neural pathway that your brain can access when in a moment of stress. Thank you for sharing this practice of loving awareness with me. It is always a deep honor for me to guide you in this way of healing and remembering. If compassion felt difficult or new, that's okay. Tenderness often takes time to grow. If this teaching resonates, please subscribe for more guided practices, or visit my website, blossomingheartwellness.com, to learn about how to work with me and maybe join my waitlist. My book, The Divine Within: Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, offers deeper exercises and reflections that complement these practices and support long-term integration. Remember, wherever you are on your path, your inner compass is always present, and compassion is the medicine that helps it shine clearly again.